They're mine.
Oh, my.
And that's Ginger. My name is Dorothy Louise Booker-Pfennig.
Did she tell you about Booker-Pfennig?
No.
Booker-Pfennig is German for worth a penny.
She's probably the most exuberant person I know, and just kind of lights up with delight whenever she sees people that she knows and loves.
I don't have any grandchildren of my own, but I'm grandmother Dorothy to the whole church.
Whenever there's anything funny to her at all, she just has this incredible laugh that you can hear from a long ways away.
She truly is happy. Her laugh and her personality, you can tell if I could describe her in one word, it'd be love. She loves everybody.
My advice is to live one day at a time. Get all of it out of you, because you never know when you're going to go.
She is a dynamic firecracker with a heart of gold. She loves everybody. She calls to you from a mile away. She's excited to see people, meet people.
Yeah, there's so many things that just stuck with me. I mean, I could go on and on and on.
She's got an infectious laugh that is just contagious, that lights up the room.
Dorothy is 95, and she's lived in Burnsville, Minnesota since 1979. She grew up during the Great Depression in Missouri and Kansas, and her stories are like a time capsule come to life.
Oh, you know what? I was born in 1922 when we had our first old depression, and Roosevelt was president. Yes, we lived in Arkansas, but we didn't know a depression was going on. We didn't have a radio. We didn't have a telephone. We had an outhouse. We didn't have electricity or water. So we didn't get a newspaper, so we didn't know what was going on in Kansas City. Yeah,
But it was bad times, wasn't it?
It was, but we didn't know.
I think that's amazing. I think that's just part of the charm, to know that she grew up in this whole different world.
And Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz?
Yeah. Yeah, I was born in Kansas, too, and I could have done that one much better than she did. I actually lived on a farm, and we watched the tornadoes.
Here's what I think about Dorothy. She's pure and honest, and tells you how she feels, and there's not much any filter with her.
My Uncle Whit was a lay minister, and they lived in Gassville, Arkansas. They were right across the street from the Methodist church. So he would go to church on Sunday, then he would get on his horse, and he'd go out through the country and preach to the people who couldn't go to church.
He'd go to the meetings, and then he'd ride out through all the territory there and come out to the farms and preach to the farmers. And so her mom would make a bunch of fried chicken, and they'd sit down and they'd have a visit with the transient preacher that would come in and talk. I've heard stories of this. I've read of this in books. Mm-hmm. I actually know somebody who lived it.
It's a lot warmer than here. We did not have a lot of snow. And we walked to school with boots, and it was a one-room schoolhouse. Yeah, and I was the only one in the class all the way through my grade school. Only the one kid, because I was the oldest in the whole neighborhood.
How do you stay so happy? I love your laugh.
I do not know. I am born that way. I grew up in Arkansas. I had no one to play with, so I played by myself, built myself on the ground out. I grew a house and put rooms in it. And then Mother would give me the old lids off her jars that got old. I'd make mud pies and mud cakes and all this. I played by myself in my own little house.
Do you like to dance?
Yeah. I did. I danced. My husband says, "What do you do, honey? Why do you do all this digging all the time?" I said, "That's the way I dance. We're big wide skirts.
She is very encouraging. She is very, very friendly, very open, always has time for a story, to give a story, to hear a story. She just encourages people, complimenting them. She's a wonderful woman.
My dad, Johnny Barker, was a little guy, a happy little guy. So I take after him. He was Irish. And Mom was English. She was very static. So they were absolutely opposite of each other. She was an English lady, and he was a happy Irishman. Everybody knew Johnny Barker.
In our day and age, I can't think of many like her. I can't say I know anybody like Dorothy. She's a remarkable, one-of-a-kind person.
My Uncle Whit was a lay minister, and they lived in Gassville, Arkansas. They were right across the street from the Methodist Church. So he would go to church on Sunday, then he would get on his horse, and he'd go out through the country and preach to the people who couldn't go to church.
He'd go to the meetings, and then he'd ride out through all the territory there and come out to the farms and preach to the farmers. And so her mom would make a bunch of fried chicken, and they'd sit down and they'd have a visit with the transient preacher that would come in and talk. I've heard stories of this. I've read of this in books. Mm-hmm. I actually know somebody who lived it.
My first job was at a little eating place downtown in Kansas City, and the working people's buffet. Yeah. And I was giving out food. So they said, come around to me. You're giving them too much food. They said, you're double the order. I said, they're hungry. We got lots of food. So I did. They were supposed to give them half a big spoonful. Yeah. I give them a whole spoonful. Then they get to the cashier. The cashier thought they were getting double orders. They said, no, we didn't order extra food. They talked to me, and I said, I'm giving it to them. They're hungry. They're working people. I just pray for everyone. I don't like sickness. I don't like evil. I don't like the devil, and I love God.
So it's never a dull moment with Dorothy.
What I remember the most, I was a loner. I was alone because there was no neighbors within a mile of us, so we didn't have sleepovers or anything like that. But I would skip and jump and go down the hill, stop and rest at a whole bunch of big flat rocks, and then I'd go on to Mrs. Scott's house. Mrs. Scott was a laywoman. She came to deliver babies, and came when someone was sick. Mrs. Scott was the one that was called.
Your memory is so good.
Honey, I'm a woman of wisdom. That's my era. My age, there's very few of us left.
95 years old, with the memory of a teenager.
I was back in the age when the movie stars laid back on their couch and had these long cigarettes. I wanted to be one of them. And, oh yeah, I can't remember, Mae West. And and then later on, when I started going to school, I wanted to be a surgeon, a doctor.
How far did you go in school?
I went to the high school all the way through, and I went there in Kansas. Now, if I'd lived in Arkansas, that's a long, whole different story. Oh, and it's a wonderful story. It's how I got to Kansas.
How'd you get to Kansas?
Honey, take it down, I'll tell you.
It is very memorable. I think anybody that's known Dorothy does not ever forget her. A remarkable lady.
How do you stay so happy? I love your laugh.
I do not know. I am born that way. I grew up in Arkansas. I had no one to play with, so I played by myself, built myself on the ground out. I grew a house and put rooms in it. And then Mother would give me the old lids off her jars that got old. I'd make mud pies and mud cakes and all this. I prayed by myself in my own little house.
She's one of a kind because of her energy level and her enthusiasm and her joy. She's one of a kind from that perspective because you want to be around her. And even if you don't have time and you're supposed to go somewhere, you want to hear her story because she's got such great stories. You don't want to leave, you know. And she's just it's just that love you feel with her, and you want to be there with her.
I can't express what this church has done for me. I will say it has saved my life.
She's excited to see people, meet people. She always has a story to tell. She's a great listener. She always gives a quick compliment, and she always has a cheery disposition.
I was a TV reporter for 40 years, and I had a chance to interview hundreds of celebrities and famous people. People you know, Muhammad Ali, got to be friends with Tim Allen, Zig Ziglar, the motivational speaker. So you might wonder, well, who was the best interview? It's right here. It's Dorothy. Her laugh alone puts her on top. You are amazing.
Uh-oh, we're going to get in trouble.
I know. I knew that from the first time I saw him, especially when he showed up with that hat on. That hair.
Oh, the fake hair?
Yeah, and I didn't know you know who you were.
That woman was made to be on stage. Really. Oh, yeah. I think there's quite a bit of entertainer in Dorothy. Yeah, I have a feeling that when we all hit the next step and we meet in heaven again, Dorothy's going to be the MC. Yep, she's going to be there just telling everybody, "Okay, it's party time." She's totally going to be everybody's going to be flocking out. You know, the kids will come to her and she'll be leading them like the Pied Piper. And she'll be just having everybody have a good time. She'll be stirring the pot. That's Dorothy.
Where'd you get that laugh?
I don't know. Gregory, my son that died, he said, "Mom, you just cackle like an old hen." And he said, "You laugh about the craziest things." He said, "They're not even laughable, but you laugh." I said, "Well, it's funny to me."
She was like a nurse's aide. She was one of the original PCAs before that became a thing, and traveled all over Dakota County. She knew all the ways around, down to Rosemont, all out to Chaska, everywhere. She would go wherever they sent her and take care of people, mostly people with MS.
5 years ago, Dorothy was searching for a church to go to, and she found out coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. She took a leap of faith, and her prayers were answered.
And one day, the Mormon boys came to the door. I said, "Come on in, I've been waiting for you." I made their day, and can you imagine someone saying, "Come on in, I've been waiting for you"? What that did for those missionaries? I said, "You've been stopping by for years and giving me books, and I don't understand them. I don't know who the Nephites and Lamanites are. I can't find them in the Bible nowhere." So I didn't know. And so they started coming and teaching me. And now I'm very knowledgeable.
She started to go to church, and she was baptized.
Well, you know, what's funny is I was not there when Dorothy was baptized, but I heard stories about Dorothy's baptism. And the story goes is that when she went down in the water, when she came back up, she came up laughing.
It was great. Dorothy came back and she said, "That's the best bath I've had in a while." Yeah, she said, "That is better than a cup of coffee." She was on fire. She loved it.
I have had my son baptized. I've had my husband baptized. And by the way, I have a niece who joined the Mormon Church in Germany, and they had 13 children.
Loves people, loves kids, loves animals, and is just a great person.
I know where Far West is too. Now I've been there. Been down to Independence, Missouri. Yeah. And down there is a replica of his jail he was in. Oh yeah, Independence, Missouri. I was just there this spring with Charla Sheffield and her little niece and Jeff.
And Dorothy has this little habit. She takes a newspaper and she underlines everything on the paper so that she remembers it. And still today, so she's really got great knowledge about what's going on in the world today.
Yeah.
Politics,
Yeah.
movie stars.
Gwen and Blake are trying for a baby inside their secret struggle. I write on the side of the newspaper too, other than I say yep or no.
In our day and age, I can't think of many like her. I can't say I know anybody like Dorothy. She's a remarkable, one-of-a-kind person.
Gregory, my son that died, he said, Mom, you just cackle like an old hen. And he said, you laugh about the craziest things. He said, they're not even laughable, but you laugh. I said, well, it's funny to me.
Her favorite meal is still Southern fried chicken. And she kind of described how she cooked it with the, putting it in the grease and making sure it's just right. But she has a lot of great memories. She learned a lot of herself. Her mom was there kind of giving supervision, but she kind of took the reins herself to learn to cook.
The people that helped me the most was the Natchez brothers and their music. Their band. They are a wonderful family.
Now, what do you think, Kevin? Describe her.
Well, I think that's just there's such a uniqueness about Dorothy that she just exudes positivity and energy and love and kindness and just brightens everybody's day.
And my son, I want him to be baptized, and he's studying now with the missionaries.
Dorothy has also faced obstacles and setbacks. Her husband and oldest son passed away, and she beat colon cancer.
They took out 39 lymph nodes up here, and every one of them tested negative. Live, love, and laugh. And laughter's the best medicine for anything. Because when you laugh, the world will laugh with you. And if you cry, nobody's going to come around.
The best part of Dorothy's day is when she has company.
Here she candy?
Oh, she gives him candy. Chocolate.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Chocolate.
She has earned the title Grandma Dorothy because we come over here and she's like she has a grandma attitude where she just loves you unconditionally right away, thinks everything that you do is wonderful. And that's really nice to have, somebody who's rooting for you and thinks you're great.
I like to see her because I love her.
Because he loves me.
Our family, we're thousands of miles away from our closest relatives, and she's really become a surrogate grandmother to us. And we call her Grandma Dorothy not just because we can't pronounce her last name, but because she truly is like our own grandmother here. And it's just a blessing to be able to have somebody here that treats us as if we were her own.
She is a kind, loving person.
Remember me, though I have to say goodbye. Remember me, don't let it make you cry. For even if I'm far away, I hold you in my heart. I sing that secret song to you each night we are apart.
If she loves you, you're in her heart forever. She'll talk about you and how much she loves you forever.
She looks them in the eyes and she totally tells them with her eyes and with her heart. You can just hear it. She doesn't even have to say it. They know that she loves them.
Do you have any advice for parents today?
Oh my. I would say that you should be friends with your children. You need to be open with them, and they should be open with you.
November 26th, Dorothy celebrated her 95th birthday, and the celebration was at the church.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dorothy. Happy birthday.
Happy 95th birthday. I'm honored to join with your family and friends in wishing you all the best on this special day. I hope you enjoy your celebration, and I wish you happiness and good health as you continue on life's journey. Sincerely, Amy Klobuchar, United States Senator.
Do you remember where you were the night that we landed on the moon?
Oh, yeah.
What were you doing?
I don't know what I was doing, but I said, there was no cheese up there. We always had cheese on the moon.
True that.
Yeah, they didn't have no cheese.
We will have these moments to remember. The quiet walks, the noisy fun, the barroom prize we almost won. We will have these moments to remember.
Still young, we have the time to realize we were wrong.
"'Tis the season to be very jolly. You might meet a girl whose name is Holly. Dear old Santa who brings you a gift, one of his reindeer might give you a lift. What is falling? Do you think it is snow? Well, it is really cold, if you should know. Despite the cold, Dorothy's done her part. For 95 years, she's warmed everyone's heart."
If you didn't hear it, he said that he loves Star Wars, but he loves Grandma Dorothy more than Star Wars.
One of the highlights of the night? 5-year-old Blake Beech counted to 95.
91, 92, 93, 94, 95.
I don't have any grandchildren of my own, but I'm grandmother Dorothy to the whole church.
Have you always been a laugher?
Yeah.
Has that always been part of your personality?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love
Oh, and in school,
Mm.
I'd sit there and talk to the boys or the girls behind me, get called out by the teacher, I couldn't be quiet enough.
Really?
Yeah.
That shocks me. We wouldn't want you any other way. A quiet Dorothy wouldn't make any sense.
You know what? My voice carries.
I actually noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a great thing. And it's carrying good things, so we love it. We love you.
I just love you guys, all of you. I'll get up. When I first joined the church, I walked in down Lakeville, and I said, all of you. I'm just so happy to see it full of.
Well, I'm her visiting teacher, Dorothy. I think that there was a little bit of divine intervention on that one. We just recently found out that we're related. We looked at her family history and my family history, and we have a common ancestor. So that was exciting, but the thing I love about Dorothy is she is very knowledgeable on a multitude of subjects. And she's very interested in everything. So she's super interested in what you have to say. and she is very interested to share her knowledge. And she's also just really fun.
And you're really proud to be an American.
Oh, I am that. Well, I am on my mother's side. She was an Adams.
All the way.
See, I am political.
Yep, you were related to President Adams.
Yeah.
On your mother's side.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
A daughter of the American Revolution.
Yeah.
Willing to make changes in her life at an advanced age, which was extremely remarkable, unusual even. And as somebody that is very memorable. I think anybody that's known Dorothy does not ever forget her.
She's amazing. She's a gem. Her joy and energy are contagious. There's nobody like her.
I'll be darned.
You know that's true. You know that's true.
Well, I get uplifted by all you people, not all the children.
I know you love the children. But don't let that go to your head now, just because we love you so much.
I don't. Nothing goes to my head. Look at that! Look at that!
I know it won't go to your head. I'm teasing you.
I know.
And I know you love the children, and they love you.
I know.
They love your hugs, they love your handshakes, and they love your laugh.
And they love to get on my lap.
Yep.
One little girl, I don't know who she belongs to, she comes up on my lap. She's hugging me, and she's kissing me. And she'll pull away a little bit, and pretty soon she's back up there getting some more. And she says, well, I guess I've had enough, lover.
She got her fill for the day.
She got her, yeah.
Well, that's great.
But you know that's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Live, love, and laugh. And there's nothing better than a handshake than a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's a favorite thing for her to eat and do?
She does eat everything. I don't think there's anything she doesn't like.
She still likes country music?
Yeah, she sure does. And she recognizes lots of the tunes.
She's a total treasure. She's a total treasure. She is kind of my mom away from Wisconsin, and my Minnesota mom. I mean, she's someone that I thoroughly, anytime I see her, I want to go to her and I give her a hug, and she gives me a little kiss on the cheek, and she just, we just adore each other, and I love Dorothy.
I worked for Dakota County, going out and teaching people when one of the parents was sick how to sort the clothes and cook.
One of her sons, he used to bake really good bread. We're kind of taking cooking classes, so she kind of passing the torch, so to speak, passing the culinary torch.
In May, Dorothy left her house of 40 years in Burnsville to live in an assisted living facility in Burnsville.
I just love you guys, and I love you too.
I love you too, girl. Thank you.
Oh, I just, see, I get so excited because I have so much darn love.
I know. You got a lot of love to give.
I do.
Give me a fist bump.
She is one of a kind for our day. And my feeling is, from knowing my great-grandmother and my older relatives, there were people like her more years ago. But in our day and age, I can't think of many like her. I can't say I know anybody like Dorothy. She's a remarkable, one-of-a-kind person.
You're going to dance when I die. All the church knows this. You're going to have a big meal, and you're going to let me fly away on the wings of a dove, and I'm going to meet my Heavenly Father, and we're going to have a party. We're not going to, you can cry because you're going to miss me, but don't cry because you feel sorry for me, because I'm going to be okay. I know where I'm going. I'm going to meet my Heavenly Father. I'm very, very positive of that.
We are fortunate to have a Dorothy. You know, may everybody find a Dorothy in their life.
Do you have a boyfriend yet?
I got my album on.
This is John Gross reporting.